This conference will now be recorded.
Great. Thank you for joining me this morning. So we were discussing and learning on Python for data science course. So we have successfully completed 70% of the concepts, which makes the basics and the fundamentals of Python for data science. So with continuation to that, let's continuation to our earlier session. Let's keep progressing on further concepts today. Okay, so today I'm going to explain you about strings in Python. Basically, a string is nothing but a sequence of characters. When I say sequence of characters, a string will have a variable and that variable will hold some values. For example, let's take s equal to Python. Okay, when I say s equal to Python, s is a variable and that variable is holding the holding a value called Python. Now, if the Python is mentioned within the quotes, that is called as a string. Perfect. From that point, to access a single character, we use a bracket operator and an index. The bracket operator is nothing but within the bracket operator, you will be mentioning the index which you wanted to access. Basically, in Python, the index starts from 0, which means the bracket operator of 0 will be your first letter, bracket operator of 1 will be your second letter, bracket operator of 2 will be your third letter, bracket operator of 3 will be your fourth letter, bracket operator of 5 will be your fifth letter, like that. Now, what happens is, if, for example, I say C1 is equal to S of 0, C1 is a new variable, character 1, and you know S is a string storing the value of Python. When I say S of 0, C1 will give P as my result. And if I say C2, character 2, if I say S of 1, that will give me a result Y. Now, the C1 is storing P and C2 is storing Y. So as I told you earlier, index from Python starts from 0 for a string or a list. Now, indices must always be numbers. Okay, indices should always be numbers. When I say indices, the 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 characters which are going to access, or to that matter, whatever you put in the bracket operator must always be integer. Try accessing a character using a non-int index and observe the error. Let's try that one now. Okay, let's try that on Jupyter Notebook. So, important point to be remembered and memorized here is the indices will always have to be a number. Whenever you try accessing a character using non-int index, you will get an error. Let's observe what error will that be. Perfect. Now, length starts from counting from 1, not 0. When I say length, length will always be from 1, but index will be from 0. Okay, I'll show you that in the next 1 minute. So len of s will give 6, but if you calculate the bracket operator, you will start from 0. For that reason, it will have only 5 values. Okay, now let's go and understand this one more practically using Jupyter Notebook. We have really discussed very important points actually. We have covered almost all the fundamentals of Python. It's just you have to memorize it and you have to practice it. Now, I'm saying my S is equal to data science journey with ANR. So S will be a variable. The variable is storing a string value of data science journey with ANR. Okay, I have run that. Now I'm asking it to print S from 1 to 5. So what is the first one? This will be 0. Let me take a pen. This will be 0. Just remember that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it ignores the fifth one, picks from the first one. So it will give you A, T, A, S. Okay, always remember when I say fifth column, it includes the fifth one starting from 0. Okay, so what happens here is, let me erase the drawings. First, there are two things you didn't understand. Be very careful with this one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now what am I saying? I'm saying I want from first one to fifth one. Okay, so it takes the first one as this one and fifth one as this one. When I say fifth one, it will stop by fifth one, will not exceed from fifth one. That is very important. Now, this is one way of selecting the list of strings you want. Likewise, there are other string operations which you can perform on your data sets or on your data. Now, if I say print s of 1, let's see what happens. It has just ignored the first letter, which is 0, and given from first letter. What is the first letter? It's D. D is ignored, okay, and all letters are given. Now, likewise, what am I saying here? If you see this one, what am I doing here? I'm saying give me everything till the fifth letter. Okay, so what is the fifth letter? Again, let's count. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so fifth letter is C. C is not included. Anything before that will be given to you. So the data S is considered. Okay, 5 letters: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's what it is. Now, if I say print of S between 1 and 2, it gives me the first letter. Okay, let me erase all the drawings. Let me take the pointer. Because what is the first letter? Okay, let me take a pointer again to make things very clear for you. As I have freshers here, I have to be very careful. This is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. What did I tell? I asked it to give me first one and second one. So always remember, the left hand side one will be included and right hand side one will not be excluded. Will not be excluded means it should give the point, it should result should cover within that but not beyond that. So when I say second one is T, so it doesn't add T. If I ask it to include 2 also, then it will give T. So that's the reason why I got A. Now this is other area of it. Likewise, let's start summing up uh, the strings. Now I have a data science journey. I assign a value to my variable A. Likewise, I'm adding an other string to the existing A without changing. The existing A is not changed, but I'm adding an additional line with that. Let's see what happens. It gave me data science journey with ANR. Perfect. Now, let me say, so here we discussed indices must always be in integers. Try accessing a character using non-int index and observe the error. Let's do that now. I'll say 5. You see that the 5 is not defined, so it won't allow you like that. You just have to give the numbers always. Okay, perfect. That's good. Now this is done. Okay, so this slide we have completed. If you have any questions on this slide, please feel free to ask me right now. Hope my voice is clear. Hope you're able to see my screen. Any questions on this slide?
Amar, can you go back to Jupyter Notebook?
Yeah.
See, in first one, can you scroll up, please?
Yeah.
Print as of 1 to 5. It is taken for characters A, T, A, S. Okay. When we do print 1 to 2, see, they print 1 to 5 means fifth one was S, right? It printed as. Here 1 to 2 means it should print T also, right?
See. Ritvesh, 1 second. Between 1 to 5.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Okay. This is your mathematical process. But for
Yeah.
Python, it's 0,
It's 0.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. When I say 5, it will start from here. 1 is here. If it is 0, that's different. Okay. When I say 1, it will take from this point. Okay. When I say 0, it will take from this point.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
when I am telling between 1 to 5, okay, so D, A, T, A, yes, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is my first letter? This one.
Yeah.
What is my first letter? This one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Consider the same logic. Now, print between 1 and 2, okay? Between 1 and 2, what is there? Any numbers are there? No, right? It is only one number lying between 1 and 2. So in that case, it will just give you this A. If you give 1 and 3, it will say A and T. Are you clear with this?
Okay. Yeah.
Understood?
Yeah. Understood.
Perfect. That's good. So Minu, you didn't understand? You have any questions? I saw a no from you. I might have seen it little late. I'm clear. Super. That's nice. That's very good. Okay. Thanks for asking a question, Nitvesh. I appreciate it. Now, this slide is done. Let's go to 49. I have to go back to see this example box. You'll clearly understand. Okay. So Python's way of index will be this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. But our mathematics is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what it is. Okay. If you have any doubts on it, just go ahead and practice index of 0, index of 1, index of 2, index of 3, and try slicing and dicing. You'll understand what I'm saying. Okay. Now if you go and recorrect our machine learning project, we have dealt with this very n number of times. Okay. I'm going to back to my pointer now. Let me go to next slide. Now here we have one exercise. Let's go ahead and understand the exercise. In order to save time for everyone, I have also added the hint and also the solutions for it. So we need not have to break our heads on spending time for writing the hands-on exercise. So the first function here is define a function with the name string underscore function that takes one argument and returns the last character of the string passed to the function as a parameter. Now, a function name should be string underscore function and it should have one argument. That argument will return the last character of the string you pass to the function. So I'm inputting a name called data set journey with ANR. When I do that, it should give me the last name, last character of the string passed. Perfect. This is one function. And the next function is define another function with the name string sum underscore string underscore function that takes one argument and returns the sum of all digits in that number. The argument can be string or an int. You need to take care of that part. I repeat this question. Understand the question carefully. Define another function. The function name should be sum underscore string underscore function that takes one argument and returns the sum of all digits in that number. If I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it should give me all the numbers. Now, the argument can be string or int. You need to be taking care of that. So this is the ideal question for you. Let's go ahead and see here. So what is the hint? Hint is make use of def and length functions to get the last element of the string. Now, let me go ahead and explain you something. I'll say len of s. It gives you 25. Okay. Now, if I say s of 0, I get d. If I say s of 1, I get a. Now, if I say s of 24, I get r. So basically length is 25, but for Python's understanding it's 0 to 24. Now you understood clearly. One second, guys. So s of 24 is r. So this means that your number is taken from 0 to 24. The reason why I came back here and explain you is to understand how length works on string is a bit different than length working in the normal mathematical way. Okay, to reach this target, what we need to do is we need to make use of definition and length function to get the last element of the string. Super. Now, make use of the loop like for or while to transfers and get the sum of all digits in the second function. Basically, first function is straightforward. What is he asking? The first function is just saying, please get me the last character of the string you passed as an input. Straightforward. But here it is a bit complex. Whatever the number you give, it can be int or string. The sum of all digits must be summed up. Okay, so for that reason, you need to make use of while loop or for loop. Sum of all is second function. In case of int, you need to cast it to string. Super. So this is the first function. This function is fairly simple. This function has a argument called string. Now length is nothing but length of old string. Now return of string length minus 1. Length minus 1 will return the last element. Okay, let me first run this one for you and go with the other one. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me copy this one. I'll add it here. We have finished this one. We have finished this one. We have finished this one. Let me add it here. Okay, so perfect. Okay, now if I run it, and let me add another one. Sorry, I should have added here. Give me 1 minute. I'm adding a string. Now if I say string underscore function of, I'm giving it in string data science. Okay, now it gave me the last letter E. It worked. So what happens is, this is how we have to approach while you're writing a program or you're approaching a logic. This is fairly simple. The complex part comes here. Okay, now this one, let me explain you. I'll add a new cell here and let's talk about this one. Again, I have to take care of this one. Perfect. Now if I run this, let's add a new cell here. Observe carefully, guys. I should have, cell should come here. New cell. Perfect. Now observe carefully, everyone. If I say sum of string of 1 2 3, just observe what happens. It didn't give. Okay, now if I give 1 2 3, see what happens. It gave 1. Now always remember, 1 2 3 are ints, but here we are talking about strings and we have given the input number as a string. That's the reason why it has taken that one. Now let me take a big number, 999. It gives 9. Okay, the reason is, what is he asking in the question? Let me go back. Define an other function with the name string function that takes 1 argument. Okay, this is taken as 1 argument. Super. Then returns, and it returns sum of all digits in that number. Always remember, whenever you see such kind of logics, you have to start with an initialization sum and an initialization int, because sum has to start from some point, right? When you say it has to start from some point, that point is nothing but sum equal to 0 and int equal to 0. Always remember, I forgot to tell you this point and you guys are confused. Whenever a logic comes where you are asked to return the sum of digits of that number, it should start with 0. So sum is equal to 0 of all digits. Which digits? Is it 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14? You are going to give that one. So starting from 0 to the number which you are going to input, it has to take and count it. For that reason, I have initialized two values, that is nothing but sum equal to 0 and index equal to 0. Super. Now index equal to 0 or integer equal to 0 can be for your reference only, so don't worry. Now length equal to length of num. What is length of your number? It's 3, right? Now let's talk practically. Right. So sum of the numbers is 3. Now what is second condition? While loop started here. What is the while loop started? While loop explains if index is less than length. What is index in the top floor? Index is 0. Is 0 less than 3? Yes, that's true. What do you know in the while loop? If the condition is true, it will go and implement this one. Okay. Now, when it is trying to implement this one, what it simply does is it says int of num of index. Okay. So what will be your digit? Let me explain you. It is nothing but int of num of index. Num of index is 0, so digit is equal to 0. No worries. Now it is asking sum is equal to sum plus digit. What is sum? 0. What is digit? 0. Sorry guys, I have made. Now sum is equal to sum plus digit. Okay, so sum is equal to 0 plus digit is equal to 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. Now index equal to index plus 1. What is index actually? Index equal to 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, 0 plus 1 is 1. Now it is asking to return the sum. Okay, basically what happens is it has to sum up the numbers and give you. What is the sum of the numbers? 1 number, 2 number and 3 number. So it has given 3 here, and from there it has calculated 3 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, so it has calculated the sum based upon the conditions which you have given here. For example, if this statement turns out to be false, it implements this one. That's all it is. Okay, are you clear with this one? I'm taking this off all the practice we have did here, all the logics we have implemented here. Okay, so let me run this one again. Perfect. So this is of slicing and dicing with strings. Okay, so what is the next slide? This is done. Now string slices. Okay, what 47 is done, 48 is done, 49, 50, 51. Okay, now string slices. String slices is nothing but a segment of string is called as a slice. When I say segment, your thing can be broken into two pieces. First piece, second piece. This is slice number 1, slice number 2, slice number 3. Like that, when I say print 1 equal 1 is to 5, I can only say take the first one till fifth one, means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Now I explained practically this one. It prints the segment starting from the character with index 1 to index 4, that is AS. Perfect. Therefore it includes the first one and excludes the last one, fifth one. Super. If we don't mention the first index before the colon, it considers the segment starting from beginning of the string. This also explained you. If we don't mention the second index after the colon, it considers the segment to the end of the string. If the first index is greater than or equal to second index, it returns an empty string enclosed in the quotation. Super. Now if you say print s4 is to 4, it gives an empty space because this is a string with length of 0. Now we can also use negative indices to get some characters from the string. Negative indices will count backward from last. To access the last character, we can print s of -1. I have just shown you with an example with s of -1 gave me the last letter of the string. Now, if you want to see the first, second, last character, just take print s of -2. Okay. Clear with this, guys? Any questions on strings and understanding strings and slicing strings? Anyone? Any questions? Guys, sorry for that. Can I move on?
Yeah, yes, Amma.
Perfect. That's good. Let me go to 52. Erase all the noise. Go to the pointer 52. Now, give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Now, let's talk about other program. Define a function with the name slicing underscore function that takes an argument, assume it as a string. Now, it should print result after slicing the string without mentioning both the first and second index. I repeat, it should print the result after slicing the string without mentioning both the first and second index. 0th index will be your first character, first index will be your second character, and second index will be your third character, right? Now define a function using the def and make use of the colon for the argument. Now, if I just say print string of colon, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. This is all done. Let me create a new cell here. 1 second, guys. Okay, so if I say def of slicing function plus string, okay, this is done. Let me run this one again. I'm sorry, it's a indentation error. I have to sort that out. Okay, let me run this one. Now let me go ahead and create a new cell underneath this one. I'll say slicing of function. In that I'll give a string. String starts with data signs with ANR. See, it has given everything. Okay, it has taken up. It has not. It has not. Uh, it has not ignored anything. It gave me the whole bit. But what is the requirement here? It should print the result after slicing the string without mentioning the first and second index. So did I mention the first one? Did I mention second one? No. I just said this one. It gave me everything. In continuation with this one, let's try something. Okay. If I say uh, string of -1, run. Do you see that? R is gone. Okay. Now, if I just say this one, let's see what happens. It gave R, right? Now, if I say this one, let's see what happens. It again gave R. Okay. So like this, you can perform slicing and dicing of your strings. Okay, so if you want to take the fourth column, fifth column as part of your attribute combinations and calculating important features, this is how you need to do that one. Okay, so please be very careful, understand the concepts carefully and start working on it. Now, immutability of strings. When I say immutability of strings, immutability means once the string is created, it cannot be modified or edited, but you can concatenate it. Concatenate it means adding this string to another string. Now, if you say a equal to data size journey, and if you say a equal to a plus with ANR, print of a, you know what it does? It just says data size journey with ANR. Super, that's amazing. Zing zing. Now, guys, kindly bear with me. My voice is too bad today. That is the reason I'm taking the class with low voice. Now, if you observe carefully here, it is printing data science journey with ANR as per your guess, but the original string is not modified. Only a new part of string is added. Superb. Like that, A is just a pointer to the string, means A is a variable storing the value of the string. Perfect. It is storing it in the it is storing the object in the memory, which gets assigned a new value when the new string is created. And I repeat this one, please be very careful. A is nothing but just a pointer, and this pointer is storing a string object in its memory. This is getting assigned to a new value when a new string is created. So when I say new string is created means data science journey is one string and data science journey plus with ANR is completely a new string. When new string is came up, the new value will be assigned to the existing variable. Okay, that's what it is. Now, remember here a new string is created by concatenating copy of a with ANR and then assigned to the variable a again. It has no effect on the original string data science journey. Super. So immutability means we can't change the character inside the string by using the indexing function. Okay, now let me show you this one. It's already there, I believe. Okay, see here you have a data science journey and you have a plus ANR. If I say print of ANR, it gives data science of journey. Now if I say a1 equal to m, let's see what happens. String object does not support item assignment because a of 1 is nothing but, let me just say that a of 1. What is a of 1? A. Now think practically. The object 1 is stored in the index. Sorry, the object 1 is the first index of the string data science journey with ANR. Now what am I trying to do? I am trying to replace this a with m. What happens if I do that? Name m is not defined. On top of it, it will say, boss, you cannot do that bit because the immutability concept comes into picture. Now, if I just give m, it is telling m is not defined because if I give just a number, if I just give a letter m, it is not even anything. But if I give it like this, that says it's a string. Okay, now I'm trying to replace a with m. Okay, it says string object does not support item assignment, so the data immutability is not possible in the strings, which means once a value of string is assigned to a variable, you cannot change it. Rather, you can copy that into a new variable and then make the changes if you wanted to do. Clear on this point, everyone? Can I move on? Guys, are you all okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's good. Let's go to 54. Now, in operator. This is very, very important because whenever you perform for loops, while loops, you say in this file I have this number, in this strings I have this string, like that. So this is very important. This is really important. So spend some spend some time on this one. 1 second, guys. In operator helps in looping and counting within some string or list. Again, this is very important. It's not just looping, it is also counting. What is it counting? It is counting within some string or list. A string is nothing but, for example, data science journey with ANR within the quotes is one string. Like that list. List may be list of numbers, list may be list of files, or list may be a directory and all the files in the directory. Anything it can be to that matter. Okay. So in that kind of situations, if you wanted to loop and count, you can do that. So let's take an example with a variable a which is storing the value data science journey with ANR. Now I have a long line calling data science journey with ANR is all about results driven approach learning journey of machine learning data science. So as usual, I'm initializing an initial count equal to 0 and I'm saying for letter in A. For letter in A means A is a variable and in the variable I have for letter in A. In the for letter in A means go and pick up the variable A and in that find a letter for me, and if letter is equal to L, okay, the initial count is 0. Okay, now let me tell you something. The initial count is 0. Perfect. If letter equal to L, 1 starts. If letter equal to L again, 2 starts. If letter equal to L again, 3 starts. Likewise, whenever times the letter L comes, 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 means first first iteration it will be 0, second iteration it will be 1, second iteration it will be 2, third iteration it will be 3, like that. So I'm sorry, I thought I'm gonna, okay, let me erase all the drawings now. Let me go back and show you this practically. Let me take the pointer again.
It's 6 hours.
I think I have arranged it somewhere. Give me 1 second. Let me check. A data can with ANR. Yes, I'm sure we have it. Yeah, here. Okay. Now how many else we have? We have for loop started here, and if letter equal to L, count equal to count plus 1. I have not mentioned any else statement here, but ideally what we are trying to tell you is this way. If you wanted to simple boss, the whole example we are trying to tell you is you have letter L, right? 2 L's, 1 L, other L, other L. So how many L's you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the whole example here is this way you can perform the iterations. Okay, you can perform the counting within the looping concept using the using the sorry guys, what is this? This is what happens if you have the cold and cough. You tend to lose the grip on your sense. Now, what I'm trying to explain here is very simple. I made a statement that in operators help in looping and counting within the string or list. And this is one ideal example of how you can do it. Okay. So on top of it, when I say this one, it has to show me the results, but I don't have results. I don't have an else statement. I don't have return statement. So do not worry why it's not giving results. But all we are trying to do is we are trying to understand the concept and link to it. Very simple. Now let's go ahead and understand this one. Letter is just one variable which iterates over the string from first character to the last using for loop and in operator. I repeat it. Letter here is just one variable, and that variable is iterating over the string from first character to the last using for loop and in operator. Now we are connecting the dots with the code and the theory. Now it checks if the letter is L, it increases the counter. Initial counter is 0. If it found first time, 0 plus 1, 1 time. If it is found again, 1 plus 1, 2. If it found again, 2 plus 1, 3. If it found again, 3 plus 1, 4. That's how it counts. Now, enter the value of count when the loop is over. Perfect. In this scenario, what happens is the in operator can also work on two strings and return true or false depending upon whether the first string is present as a substring in the second string. Okay, so you may have a directory. In the directory, you may have a file, and in that file, you may have subfiles. Or let's take this way: you have a parent directory, and within the parent directory, you have other directory, and you were not aware that the other directory is also having one subdirectory. In such situations, the in operator will help to work on the two folders two subdirectories and returns true or false depending upon whether the first directory is present as a substring in the second directory or not. This is the smartness of the in operator. Okay, now let me erase all the drawings. Let me take the pointer 55. Now let's quickly do a small assignment. This is a continuation to our in operator. Now, apart from checking for a substring, we can also compare the strings. The comparison operator works very well on the strings. For example, if I say string equal to machine, if I say machine learning, and you can go and check print string equal to machine. Machine learning is one long string, and you are checking for the word machine in that string. If it is true, it will return true. Super. Now, all other comparison operators like less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than equal to are useful for putting the words in alphabetical order. Try comparing various things in notebooks and observe the results. We can do that by yourself. Now, all the uppercase letters come before all the lowercase letters in Python. That's very, very important. All the uppercase letters comes before all the lowercase letters in Python in terms of in loops and strings manipulations. Please be very careful with that. Now, let's talk about string methods. Okay. When I say string methods, you understood what is a string. You understood string manipulations, string slicing and dicing. Like that, the string methods is nothing but an inbuilt function Python has on the way how it can deal with strings. When you say you are a Python developer, when you say you are coding machine learning with Python, you need to know what are the string methods perfectly. That's very important. Okay, so to do that one, what I'm saying here is a string object is like other objects in Python which has two components. The first one is data, which is the string itself, and the methods associated with it. If you remember guys, I showed you some functions like length function, min function, max function. Have you ever thought how those functions are working? Those functions are built-in functions coming up with Python and they work the way they are. Like that, you need to know the string methods as well. So basically, string object, just like other objects in Python, has two components. The first one is data, which is string itself, and the second one is the methods associated with it. When I say methods associated with it, that's nothing but the built-in functions. Again, try to understand the differences between importing a package, importing a function, importing a method. In most of the cases, these three statements will act as synonyms, but be very careful. In our machine learning project, I said import package and function. At times, I said import function and class. At times, I said import method and class. So, based upon the functionality, this meaning changes, but in most of the cases, they are same. I just wanted to highlight that. Okay. Now, basically here you have a string with two components. One is string with the data, data with string itself, and secondly methods associated with it. When I say methods associated with it, it's a built-in functions associated with any instance of the object. Okay. One second, guys. Give me 1 second. My nose is snoozing today. Sneezing nose, falling nose, and it irritates a lot. Okay, perfect. So I'm back. Now, basically what happens is this is a built-in function associated with any instance of the object. As simple as it is, the sentence itself is telling what it means. Now, I can show you an example. Let me show this one. Okay, let's take this one. I have a variable called a, and my variable a is having data size journey with a and r string as a value assigned to it. Now, if I say directory of a, let's see what happens. Do you see this? Add class contains del alter directory document equation format generic attributes get item get warnings get hash init initialization initial subclass iterations length modular multiplication reduce reproduce I don't know what it is, capitalize case for center. What is this? What is all this crap? Now this dir function is listing the methods associated with that object. What is that object? That is a string. So in that string, all these functions the Python can do. It can find, it can format, it can index, it can do each decimal, each digit like that. You can also do get attributes, get item, get like that. So now in the same thing, if I say help a of transition, let's see what happens. Now I'll do the same help a dot translate. Now again help on built-in function translate. Translate is a method of built-in str instance which can act as a translate. Now if you see here, returns a copy of string s in which each character has been mapped through the given translation table. The table must implement looking up index via a get item. For instance, a dictionary or list, blah 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 blah. Don't worry about it. Now, we are only trying to get information regarding any method using a help function. Like this, you can use help wherever you are stuck. If you are stuck, you can do anything with your help. Just you need to know how to use help carefully. If you are stuck, let's go here. I'll say Python help method. Not this one, sorry. Not this one. Go here. Okay. You don't know what is an object. Okay. You don't know what is an object. Just say help of object. You don't know what is list. Just say help of list. You don't know what is dictionary. Just say help of dictionary. You are trying to get the print. Help of print. You want to get the help of a tuple. Just say help of tuple. Okay. You wanted to get help of random thing. Just say help of random thing. You wanted to get help of def. Just say help of def. Like this. Just say help. You'll get everything. Okay. That is very important because this is how even I learned if I'm confused with something. Okay. Let's see what happens if nothing is passed to my okay. Sorry guys. Now if if you just type help, let's see what happens. Okay, it says type help for interactive help or help of object, and I wanted to get help of int. Now this is all the information you get on int. Okay. Now if you are stuck and if you want to get help on numpy, just say numpy. Numpy is not defined. Let's get help on random. Random is the other method actually. Let me see if I can get help from random. I hope you will accept it. No, you can only get help from the objects, strings, list, like that. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. So let's say help of this one. Now it is asking which help I'm looking for. So I'll just say help of calculator, for example, calculator. There's nothing in the calculator, so let's say help of list. There is not, it's running actually. Let's wait, it's running. So this way you can take help from the help interface of Python to get the syntax, structure and other methods. That's very important. Okay, I hope you're all clear till this point. Any questions till this point, guys? Any questions till this point? Nitvesh, Kavi, Ram? Perfect. Good, good, good. Let's go back. So this is the string methods. Now, important point I have to highlight here is this. It provides a simple documentation on translation methods of a string object. You can also write help string dot translate. Now, whenever we call a method just like a function, that means a function call or a method call, but here the variable or the instance of the object followed by a dot and then the method name. For example, print a dot upper. Guys, very simple. Try to understand the difference. Whenever you call a method or whenever you call a function, it's bit different. Here what is happening is the variable or the instance of the object is followed by a dot and then the method name, which means a is the variable which is storing the value and on top of it dot the method name. So it will directly tell you, okay, on this variable this value is stored, and on this value, if it is int, it will help you with int method usage. If it is string, it will just say string method usage. That is how Python can understand what is present in the value and provide you some assistance with the help interface. Okay, that's what it is. Now let me show an example. I have my a equal to data science journey. If I say print a of upper, yeah, that's gone. We have replaced it somewhere. Let me quickly do it.
It's still running, right?
Yeah, I'll have to close it and reopen it. Let me quickly save it. Leave and then close this one. Close this one also. Go back to my Jupyter notebook. Started buffering. Control C. We also need to learn a lot about Jupyter notebooks, Jupyter notebook shortcuts, and writing the notes within the Jupyter notebooks. I can actually write a lot of slides within the Jupyter notebook. I'll show you that later. It will be very, very interesting. Now, Python exercises. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, this one. Now, if I say uppercase of A, see what happens. It converted the data as a journey with A and uppercase. Now, if I just say print of A, it just does data as a journey with A and R. Now, you need to understand this is my variable and this is one method. Okay. Now, I'm not calling a function directly. I'm calling a variable and asking the upper method to be implemented on that variable. Okay. This is also possible. When you write a function, in the function parenthesis, you give a variable or you give a value, the function will be implemented on that value. But calling methods can also be done this way. That's what it's trying to tell us. Okay, super. This is also done. Now let's go to next one, 57. Parsing the strings. Now, parsing the strings is nothing but it is one level up a string manipulation. Okay, so let's take one ideal example. Suppose there is a series of lines consisting of email IDs, which means I have my email ID, your email ID, and so many email IDs. In that case, you wanted to find out the university email IDs in a group of various email IDs consisting of both Gmail and university IDs. Okay, so Nitvesh is given with 100 emails. In that 100 emails, there is a jumble of personal emails and also the university emails. He is asked to extract all the university emails and put it in a new notepad. This is the example. Okay. Now, how can we achieve this one? Basically, first thing what we'll do is we'll check if there is a substring starting with Gmail. So, for example, position equal to data1 dot find at Gmail. So it will give all the Gmail address in one area. Perfect. Now let me start working on it practically. Now I say data1 equal to Hadoop thoughtworks at gmail.com. Okay. Now if I say position equal to data1 dot find at gmail.com, it gives the position is 18th position. Now you may think why 18? Okay. Again 0, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm lost. 1 second. Erase all the lines. Take the pointer. 0. 1 second. Simple guys. If you count it, this will be the 18th part. This will start from 18th. That's what it is. Now, if you say length of data 1, you have got 28. Okay, that is what it is. Now, in this case, if you are asked to separate all the Gmails from your corporate emails, then you can just say, you can use this purpose, find all the Gmails, separate them across. Now, one important highlight here is the index is returning 18 that gets assigned to the position. So for this, for Hadoop ThoughtWorks at gmail.com, it knows 18th is the position where gmail.com is present. Like that, when I say nitweshreddy.gmail.com, it is not same like Hadoop ThoughtWorks gmail.com. So it has to go and check at which position the index is present at gmail.com. So it is checking one string at a time and getting the index position of each strings. Now, if it couldn't find that string, it returns -1. So wherever you don't have gmail.com and if you have university email ID, that is returning -1, for example. Now, if we have some other information on a line along with the email ID, we can slice it off using the techniques discussed earlier. Earlier means, again, index of 0, first value, index of 1, second value, index of 2, second value, again, index 1:5, 2:3, remove all unnecessary stuff you want, slice and dice the strings and get it from there. Okay, that is how you can do the parsing of strings. Okay, now whenever, since we have the position at the rate, we can find the position of any blank space before and after at the rate if present and extract the email ID out. That also you can do. Perfect. We can also mention the position from where we want to find out, where we want to find the function to start searching. This means I have it at the rate gmail.com. So now please start from the 4th letter till 6th letter. You can search like that also. Okay, if we do not mention anything, it will just simply find the function to start searching. Okay, at times if it does not find anything, it will just return -1 if it couldn't find anything. Okay, if it couldn't find anything, it will return -1, and if you have not mentioned anything, this will just find and return the position of the substring that occurs for the first time. When I say substring, Hadoop ThoughtWorks at gmail.com is one main string, and within that one main string, you may have some other strings also. Okay. Now, any questions on this point? This is straightforward actually. There is nothing you have to worry about it. This is how you can just find your desired character strings from your existing email and slice it and dice it. That's what it is. Okay. Any questions on this one? This is an exercise. Don't worry. This is a bit complex. I don't want to confuse you right now. We'll discuss it in the next class. Okay. Format operator is also very important on how you can deal with the different formats at the different index levels. Okay. We have completed the string methods. So I have 15 more slides to complete a Python. Let's do. I thought to have a long session today, but I'm not feeling well. I'm suffering from severe cold from last night, so that's the reason I couldn't continue more slides. So we'll take it slow. Don't worry. Today also we had a very good session. So hopefully you'll get enough time to practice everything. Once again, all my best wishes and hearty greetings for Telugu New Year. Happy Ugadi. All the very best, everyone. Keep up your efforts. Keep learning, and hope all your efforts will be valued with a good job as soon as possible. Any questions till this point? Any questions on today's slides?
No.
Hey, how about you, Nitesh?
No.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling Python now?
Yeah, it's good. I need to put some efforts.
Yeah. Practice it. Whenever you get some time, just go open a laptop, sit and see what you have understood, what you have learned, and how you can relate more things to it, how you can write a complex code from what you have learned. Actually, even I can make you write complex codes in if we work together. But we have a targeted deadline. We have to complete machine learning with Scikit-Flow, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, and Keras. We have only done 2 use cases. We must do more use cases. After that, I have to help you with handling the real-time scenarios, helping yourself to do Kaggle competitions, and then start taking the calls. A lot of things to be done. I'm actually in severe pressure. Time is very short. I would need the same level of commitment, and please be prepared to put some extra efforts on what we have been learning. If you don't memorize things, then you will not learn, you will not love what you're learning, and that will unnecessarily give you pressure and anxiety also. Okay?
No.
Put put some efforts. I'm giving you what all necessary for you to go and work, but you have to practice a lot. I know it will take some time. Something is better than nothing. So at least spend 10 to 15 minutes every day. So you'll slowly start loving the subject. Okay?
Okay, no.
Kavi Anna, how is Python for you? How are you feeling it? Forget about machine learning. Machine learning is completely different for you, I know. But Python is a basic programming language.
This is okay. I'm managing. I can
So
learn.
you're understanding the concepts, right?
Yes, yes. This is okay.
Okay. How about you, Mrs. Ram?
Good Anna.
That's fine. No problem. Guys, I thought to have a long session today, but I'm really very sorry. I have a bad throat and cold. I really can't continue. If I continue also, you won't really enjoy it because I've been sneezing all the while. So let's continue tomorrow. I'll prepare the slides for that one also. I'm available today. I'm available on the Slack channel and also on the GoToMeeting. ప్లీజ్ స్పెండ్ సమ్ టైం టుడే. ఉగాది మంచి రోజు, కూర్చొని ఒక 1 hour 2 hours ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. ఏ ప్రాబ్లం ఉన్నా స్లాక్ లో పింక్ చేయండి. నేను ఇంట్లోనే ఉన్నాను, నాకేమి ఇవ్వాల, కంప్లీట్లీ ఫ్రీ. ఐ కెన్ హెల్ప్ యూ ఇఫ్ యూర్ స్ట్రక్. సో లెట్స్ టేక్ దిస్ as a workshop. Just go, finish your daily routines, start day fresh, start practicing, and let's make this day a very nice Ugadi for everyone. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks guys. Have a great day. Take care. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.